Rita joining from unboxyourgift.com, all about the clearest path to your passion and how to do what you love for a living. And the question that I'm going to be talking to you about today is a question that I always get, whether I'm talking to someone in their 30s, 40s or 50s, or someone who is just starting at university. And here's the question: how do I know that the course, the job, the career change that I'm going to make is the right one for me? How do I know? Yes, I want to do it, but how do I know it's going to work out? I'm not going to fail at it. I'm not going to look like a drongo for making the wrong move. And here's the honest truth: you're not going to know unless you just go and make the change and actually do it. You've got to take that risk. Because here's what I know for sure. When I look at my work and what I do, and my colleagues and my friends who are in the industry of doing what they love for a living and actually generating income from that, one thing I know for sure is they're not sure of anything. Their ideas and how they would do different projects and how they would go about things come because they're on one track, doing, and they get an idea. And they might change that track, doing. But if they sat back and just waited and thought more behind the computer and behind just watching, it doesn't take shape. You've actually got to do it. In the doing, you will know. In the doing, there is redirection. One thing I always say to people is, as you evolve as a person, so too will your passion. Because who you are today will be a different person this time 5 years from now. This time maybe even 5 months from now. 10 years from now. You change as a person as you grow, as you learn, as you see different sights, as you smell different things, you will change. And as a result of that change in you, so too will your passion evolve. And it has to, because it's trying to keep up with your work. It's trying to keep up with your up-leveling of yourself, of your personal development. As you develop, so does your passion. So how will you know whether you're on the right track or this is the right confirmation for you? You won't know. Nobody can tell you that. A lot of people ask me, just tell me this is the right thing for me. It's something that only God can do. And even then, you still need to go and do the journey. You still have to put in one step behind the other to follow it through a course of life, to then be able to redirect it, knowing that this is something different. This is what I was really meant to do. And so that's why it's really important that your passion, you can identify it on paper. You can have it sing in your heart once you identify it. But the real test of it is when you go and actually do it. Because here's the deal. I can tell people what their passion is. Once they go through the 7 steps to finding your passion, finding your passion is not hard. The hard part is getting people to stick to the passion and not go, oh, maybe it's not for me, or maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I just can't do it, maybe I just missed the boat. It's all the mental stuff, it's the belief stuff, it's all the limiting beliefs that come up of why you can't do it, because you now know what you want to do. The next test is, do I want to commit to it? Because I was pretty much on comfort street before. I was on, kind of going with the flow, and now I've got to stretch myself, because your passion is going to demand you to stretch yourself to the next level. Otherwise, you would already be doing what your passion is. So the answer to that is no one can tell you. No one can tell you whether that next thing that you want to do is the right one for you. The passion is right, but how it's going to work out, how it's going to run its course, you've just got to go and dive into it. It's the only way. And the sooner you dive in, after you've given it thought and you've prayed about it, now you've got to actually execute and do it. Because the longer you sit back and just wait and watch, what are you waiting and watching for? Before you know it, Monday to Friday goes really quick. Another year passes, another 5 years pass, another decade passes, and you're still waiting and watching. The quickest thing to do right now is to go and do. I have a friend who's in the real estate agency, in the real estate field, and one of the things that she says to me is that the number one thing when her clients come to her is they'll say to her, I'm looking to upgrade or downgrade my house, or I'm looking to change locations, change suburbs. And then they'll go and they'll just watch. And she will give them advice as to what to, with their budget, what to invest in, what to look for, what the best things are for their unique situation. And then they'll go and talk to some friends, and then they'll kind of scramble their brain and think, oh, maybe I should listen to my friends. And then a year will pass and they've done nothing. And then 2 years will pass and they're still kind of just in and out of the market. And what she says to me is that most of the time, they're still where they were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, because they were listening, watching and looking and not making a move. And then 5 years later, they're still in the same place, no movement. It's the same with your passion. If you really want to just get to know what that passion is, you've got to take a leap of faith on yourself. You've got to take that leap of faith. And if you haven't watched the video on confidence and how to up-level your confidence, go and check it out that I've done, because it's going to show you how to up-level your confidence, to trust in yourself. But that's what the real truth of the answer is. You won't know until you go do, and it's the riskiest thing. It's the most luxurious thing. It's the most liberating thing, because you finally get to do, just let your wings go and just fly. And it's not always going to be smooth sailing. It's not going to be that comes with the territory of your passion. What has been in life? What has been a smooth sail in life? It all comes with the troughs and the peaks, but that's the beauty of it. That's your passion. But you get to do what you love and what your heart yearns for, and that is the payoff to it. Now, to create an income from that, that's the next step. But in the first instance, you've got to take the leap and you've got to just do it. And the only person who's going to know and change the course and evolve your passion as you evolve is you.